So today was frustrating, but in the right kind of way. I was challenged in my way of thinking, and I realized just how hard it's going to be to really help people debunk the old methods that are already hard rooted and established in everybody's brain. Because people look at me and they're like, who are you? You're no doctor, you're no scholar, or, you know, and your IQ is, is questionable, and like whatever. It's not about like, how do I explain it? I just want to like open the door for others because right now it's extremely closed. It's very limited, and I'm trying to map out why. I mean, it's not like I'm just pulling stuff out of thin air. I dive deep. I do research. In fact, I'm going to weave some of that. I'm going to try to weave some stuff in. So, like, maybe like I'll still talk and there'll be like a picture of the research that I'm working on. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really figured that part out. It doesn't sound too complicated. Better not speak before I do it. My nails are filthy. That's what I get when I spill coffee and I get coffee grounds everywhere. Anyway, I want to. What is my main goal? What is my main purpose? Is it, I don't know, it's just a pull, a drive. I just need to know the truth. I need to expose the truth. And I'm not just guessing at answers. Because I'm dyslexic, one of our biggest superpowers is being able to m- make connections and see things that not everybody sees, and dives deeper and deeper and deeper without even thinking about it. It's just how a three-dimensional mind works, and having it in a category of a checkbox. Like today was frustrating because I had a therapy session, and I've been working on this forever. Like I have an app in mind. I want to like introduce the school system, the education system with, you know, like a rough program that I'm working on. So it's like I I put a lot of time into this and investing into it because it's important to me. It's important that I can get dyslexics through med school. It's important because the world needs that. How many dyslexics do you know make it through med school? And once you realize it's not a disability and that it's a gift, your perspective of it changes. It becomes like, wow, we need those thinkers in our lives, right? I mean, it's frustrating because I can't get those two-dimensional thinkers to come to the third-dimensional plane. It's easier for me to step on a two-dimensional plane, but I know there's a bridge, and that's what I'm trying to find. Or I guess that's the journey that you're on with me, I guess. I I think I'm gonna do a cleaner like video with the presentation because you would be like waiting as I go find it and kind of organize it a little bit. So, but I do have a method to my madness. I'm not just like mad, and I'm a little mad. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I'm definitely okay with it too. I love being a little weird. It's just makes people smile, right? I don't know. Anyway, this is such a very sloppy video. There's really no direction, and I don't think I'm ending with what I wanted to start with. But that's okay because you know what? This needs to happen. This needs to be seen too. If I just polish it up and put it on a shelf and get it just right, that takes away the reality of it. So I'm just gonna post this, and it has no rhyme, no reason. And honestly, I have to do it. I have to do it for myself. Just, I don't care if anybody watches this, honestly. I really don't. Maybe if I'm on my 100th video, I'll care. But right now, this is just like ashes in the wind. Wait, no, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Ashes in the wind sounds dead. I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna raise the dead. No, not the dead. Anyway, there goes my mind spiraling. And I love it. I do love it. I just want to be able to make it more tangible or something. Man, if I could have gone through med school, oh, that's my dream job. Like, be a scientist, or uh, maybe I could still tap into them because they know brains, right? I mean, how can they not know that this all is important? So I just don't understand why doctors and therapists have a hard time with it. But again, they come across many people of different, usually looking for, they're confused. Usually they're confused. And when people are scared and confused, they look for answers, sometimes not always in the best places, take tests and what do you call them? Assessments. And I get that. I get that. And that's why I can't come into it with those tools. Though they're important to some degree, but it's not my way in. Does that make sense? I mean, a lot of my dyslexia could be enveloped inside of my ADHD. I mean, it's a lot of the things are the same, but underneath isn't. Do you know what I mean? It looks like the same, but it's not the same. And I have both, but that should also be, brought into consideration. With ADHD, from my research, it the medication should, and just how the brain works, the medication should alleviate all of those ADHD symptoms. However, it's that, if there's an underlying anxiety or depression or dyslexia underneath, maybe it's not the adjustment in meds or negating that meds don't cover all, but rather maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe we stop there and we don't keep going, because dyslexia falls under neurodivergent, and I swear people still see it as a disorder. I can read fine. I mean, when I'm tired, things kind of flip-flop and stuff. But that's not my problem. It's how I make connections in my head. That's the problem. Like marbles being scattered, and I have to pick them all up and put them in order. I know what each marble means and represents, but scooping them all up, that can be easy if I don't make it complicated. And that's where I don't think ADHD covers the complexity of thinking. And maybe I resonate with some of you. I hope I do, because that's what I want to do. I want to wake up people who have been told that they're just stupid or they're failures. But do you realize, like, there's a big, big possibility that all of your struggles come down to just simply being recognized as a different way of thinking. It changed my life. I'm not gonna, it was like a key. It just opened so many doors right away. And if I could do that for others, I mean, hey, that's kind of cool, right? Anyway, I'm going to come back on here with more research. And I'm sorry these are boring. I'm not all, tap dancing on walls, though that would be kind of interesting, right? No, see, I was thinking, oh, I can do some kind of video editing thing. No, Lori, stop it. You have a mission, just stay on track. Otherwise, you'll never get through. And that's why it's been so long since I've been able to, well, I had to have the confidence, and then I had to have the focus, which all kind of came together. It's and I know God has me on a mission. I survived a lot of crazy stuff. So, and I survived, and I don't think I got worse from it. I think if anything, I got stronger. So, there's a reason why he put this on my lap. And you don't have to be religious to join me. I'm not going to exclusively, I'm going to thank him from time to time. I'm not going to not acknowledge his, you know, me being gratitude, my gratitude. However, I'm not going to preach if that helps. And don't let that stop you from a freedom of mind. I mean, sometimes you have all the money in the world or have these stupid, dumbass jobs that just kind of repetitive and boring and it doesn't challenge your brain, so you become stuck inside yourself and ah. So if you feel like that, stick around. If you want to understand a little bit more about it, stick around and hit like and subscribe. I have coffee tongue. I gotta brush my teeth. This is disgusting. Sorry. Anyway, peace out, and I'll see you soon.